Why do you like the salmon fish?
Because it's a challenge and it's rewarding because it's hard.
Good morning, welcome to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're on Lake Michigan with Noah Humfeld of Madison Angling. Noah, what we got going on today?
Well, so far we're going for a boat ride, but we're doing some salmon fishing out on Lake Michigan this morning. So we're kind of expecting a mix of stuff, hoping to get some kings right away here this morning. Probably gonna run into some steelhead, some coho, and that's what's fun about doing this, is you kind of never know what you're gonna run into. So we've got a little bit of everything rolling this morning. Flasher flies, we've got a dodger and a peanut fly, some spoons. So we're just gonna throw stuff out there and kind of see how it goes. We've got cold water pretty much everywhere we've been this morning, so the fish are a little bit scattered. So we're using downriggers, dipsy divers, and planer boards to kind of diversify our spread and find out what these fish want this morning. There we go. Run right at me.
Yes.
Looking at the conditions here, the forecast has kind of changed back and forth here between, actually marking a fish now finally, between overcast and sunny.
Mid-morning, we've got a couple fish in the box. It's been fairly slow morning. We're still trying to figure it out. We haven't seen too many fish on the screen yet. Really haven't found bait, but we're moving around, we're covering water, we're trying different baits. Noah's been working pretty hard for us this morning, and hopefully we find some fish. We're gonna change up our tactics a little bit and see if we can put some more fish into the net.
Is that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shallow today. All right, here we go. We're starting to put a pattern together. We've had two fish in the last 5 minutes, and it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. So we're gonna get them back out and get another one. This is awesome. This is what we've been looking for all morning.
You know, I'm thinking about changing some of our flashers with flies out here too. And my general rule of thumb, and this isn't a hard and fast rule, but generally overcast, I like the white and green paddles a little bit better. And on bright sunny days, it seems like the chrome paddles work a little bit better. So of course, there's no hard and fast rule to that, but since it looks like we're gonna have pretty consistent overcast here for a little while, we might swap some of these chrome paddles out for some more whites and greens, see if the fish want it. So, you know, our speed's been good, our water temp's good, we're right in the perfect range, you know, call it the juice, if you will, for where these fish should be pretty active. But if you're not getting bit and you know there's fish in the area, start playing around with your colors. You might be surprised. There we go.
No way.
There's another one.
Another king.
All right.
Woo. Hey, we got inside turn. He hit at about 2.4. Good size eater.
Right now, I'm putting down a lake trout rig, which is basically a flasher. You could use a dodger and a spinning glow, which is kind of a goofy looking little foam body with some fins on it. So it just kind of spins around down there about 4 feet behind that flasher. And we're actually going to hit the bottom with our downrigger weight. So immediately somebody's probably thinking, wow, you're going to hit the bottom with that weight? Yes, we're literally going to bang into the bottom and kind of make as much commotion as possible to see if we can get a lake trout to hit this thing. So I'm actually going to let my cable hit the bottom of the lake. We're going to drag this thing along the bottom, see if we can't stir up a couple of lake trout.
Yo, grand slam. So we've caught a coho, we've caught a king, we've caught a steelhead, and we just got a lake trout. Pretty awesome morning so far here out on Lake MIchigan fishing with Noah. But he says we're not done yet, so we're gonna keep going. Try to fill the box with a few more kings.
We decided to switch things up, so we changed 2 things. We came shallower and we slowed down a little bit. And we got 2 hits right away. 1 fish in the box, 1 popped off out there. Fighting funny. I don't know if we could have done anything different, but let's hope it continues.
I'm putting money on it. I'm saying big coho.
Big coho?
Big coho. Big coho. I'll put $5 on it.
Noah's calling for the lefty. We're bringing in the 300 copper. So the last couple fish that we've gotten bites on have all been between 50 and 70 feet down. So 300 copper is probably going to put us down about 60 feet or so. Sometimes they're a pain to fish, but we're pretty confident that we're going to be in the zone with the fish and we're going to get a bite.
Oh, fish, fish, fish. Not me pointing at this. This is perfect. How's that for
Little king. Got the black in the mouth. Wild fish too.
Nice, got the animal.
Yeah, wild fish.
We are still fishing midday here, and reports that I've gotten from other charters and just some other people in passing, sounds like it's been kind of grindy today. We got a lot of cold water, the fish are really spread out, but we found an area here in about 100 to 120 feet of water where there's actually a pretty steep break. And a lot of times, you know, you don't think about structure necessarily when we're talking about salmon. We're thinking more about water temperature than anything else and current. So what we're finding is a lot of these fish are relating to this break here, whether it's them pushing bait fish, you know, alewives up against this break, or what it might be, or what the current's doing, what it hits this break here. But we found a concentration of fish here. We have them pretty much completely to ourselves. We're kind of picking them off here and there, and we've noticed, depending on which way we're going, in this case heading north, we're getting a lot more bites, and we're actually going kind of into the current, and that seems to be the direction these fish want to be feeding in.
Mark that.
Yeah.
And the dipsy went. So this is pretty wild.
I see it.
We were about to go in for lunch. And I think
waking up.
I think we found this big pile of fish sitting on this brake line because, I don't know, what, 5 bites in the last hour? And it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, mid-afternoon. We've got a pretty good milk run going where we found a bunch of fish, and you can see we're just literally, it's like a half a mile stretch that we're just going back and forth over, and it's right on this brake line. Seems to be where these fish are sitting. We just had 2 hit our, one on a 300 copper with a planer board, and it got off, and then we had a 150 copper get off as well. But we need 1 more fish for the limit, and so we're gonna keep going back and forth.
The fish is kind of going off to the left here, and because we got all these other lines out and this fish is trying to dig and stay deep, I'm going to kind of steer the opposite direction the fish is going. That's going to kind of steer that fish back to the middle of our spread.
That's what we've been waiting for. Nice king, and that actually completes our limit for the day. It's a good one to end on. Nice little king on the 300 copper. We lost the last 4 fish on the 300 copper and get a little bit of redemption.